Chaaba holds no smartphone, scrolls no feeds, battles no Wi-Fi dead zones. He lives without a mortgage, without debt, without the relentless hum of a refrigerator or the glow of a TV screen. He possesses nothing the modern world defines as success. No towering house, no luxury car, no overflowing bank account. And yet, Chaaba holds something we, in our constant chase for more, have inadvertently lost. Something far more precious than any material possession. He holds true freedom. This isn't just a story. This is a journey to the heart of what it means to be human, stripped bare of all the complexities and anxieties we've built around ourselves. For centuries, our species lived this way. And in a remote corner of Tanzania, amidst a landscape both rugged and vibrant, a living echo of that ancient past endures. This is the world of the Hadzabe, one of Earth's very last hunter-gatherer tribes. They are the keepers of an unbroken lineage, a direct link to the way our ancestors survived and thrived. They live on the fringes of Lake Eyasi, where the earth is parched but teeming with life, a constant challenge and a generous provider. There are no farms here, no livestock, no neatly organized grocery aisles. Every single day is a testament to primal survival, a dance with nature. Their food doesn't come from a supermarket shelf. It comes from the keen eye of an experienced hunter, the strength of a handmade bow, the wisdom of ancestral knowledge, and the instinct embedded deep within their bones. Imagine waking not to the jarring shriek of an alarm, but to the first golden rays of the African sun. The sun and the instinct within are Chaaba's only clocks. He doesn't check his schedule, he reads the signs of the forest. He doesn't commute to an office, he slings his bow over his shoulder, joining his brothers for the day's expedition. Their target? A nimble monkey, a flock of birds, or perhaps a wild beehive perched precariously high in a tree. For them, wild honey isn't just a treat, it's the chocolate of the bush, sweet, precious, and packed with vital energy. Meanwhile, the women and children gather wild fruits, tubers, and roots, enough to sustain them, never too much, never too little. In a world drowning in stress, debt, and the relentless pressure to accumulate, Chaaba's life poses a radical question. What if we've been chasing the wrong kind of abundance? What if the very things we strive for are the chains that bind us? This is a story about finding joy in simplicity, strength in community, and ultimate freedom in knowing exactly how to live, right here, right now. This is a story that will challenge everything you thought you knew about happiness. As the first tendrils of dawn pierce the thick canopy, Chaaba's world awakens not with an abrupt jolt, but with a gentle whisper. His bed? The cool, firm earth, softened by animal skins, beneath the vast, star-dusted ceiling of the African night. No buzzing phone, no alarm, just the primal stirrings of his body and the subtle shifting of the forest. He rises, not burdened by a to-do list, but by an innate understanding of his purpose, to provide. His first act isn't to brew coffee or check the news. It's to retrieve his meticulously crafted bow and quiver of poison-tipped arrows. These aren't store-bought tools. They are extensions of his own hands, perfected through generations of wisdom. With his brothers and cousins, a small band of hunters, he melts into the dense bush bordering Lake Eyasi. There's no map app guiding them, only an intuitive knowledge of the land, an inherited map etched into their very beings. Every broken twig, every disturbed leaf, every distant call of a bird tells a story, a potential clue to their next meal. The hunt is a grueling ballet of patience, skill, and sheer physical endurance. Hours can pass in silent pursuit. They might track a nimble monkey high in the trees, its agility a constant challenge, or stalk a wary antelope through the tall grass. Success is never guaranteed. A missed shot means a hungry stomach. A swift, quiet kill means life. There's no room for error, no second chances from a drive-through window. The air crackles with a raw, undeniable intensity. When an animal is finally taken, there's a moment of profound gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of the life sacrificed for theirs. It's a connection to food that few in the modern world can comprehend, free from plastic wrapping and supermarket aisles. But Chaaba's day isn't just about the hunt. The forest is a vast living larder. Sometimes the pursuit shifts. They might follow the buzzing flight of a honey-guide bird, a feathered ally leading them to a wild beehive. Scaling a towering baobab tree, often over 50 feet high, without ropes or safety gear, is a breathtaking feat of strength and bravery. The risk of stings, of a perilous fall, is real. But the reward, thick, golden honey, dripping with comb, is pure ecstasy. It's their equivalent of a gourmet dessert, savored directly from the source, a taste of unadulterated nature. Back at the temporary camp, a cluster of simple dome-shaped shelters made from branches and grass, the women and children are equally engaged. They're not just waiting, they're actively harvesting. With digging sticks, they unearth nutritious tubers and roots from the dry ground. Their eyes scan for wild berries, plump and vibrant, or medicinal leaves passed down through oral tradition. Every plant has a purpose, every resource is utilized. There's no excess, no waste, no forgotten produce spoiling in a refrigerator. Their survival hinges on this intimate, respectful relationship with their environment. As the sun begins its descent, casting long, dramatic shadows across the savanna, the camp comes alive with the aroma of wood smoke and roasting meat. The day's bounty is shared, equitably, among everyone. There's no hierarchy at mealtime, no one eating alone. Laughter, deep and resonant, fills the air. Children, their faces smeared with dirt and honey, recount their discoveries, their eyes sparkling with the freedom of their wild classroom. For Chaaba, the true reward isn't the kill itself, but the faces of his family, their bellies full, their spirits light. In this harsh, demanding environment, they find a profound, undeniable peace. It's a peace that comes from purpose, from direct connection, and from knowing that every beat of life is earned, and every shared moment is cherished. But what does this simple existence mean for their relationships, their social structure, and their sense of community?
Beyond the quiet rhythm of the hunt and the bounty of the forage, the true magic of the Hadzabe existence lies in their community. In our modern world, we often speak of networking, social circles, and finding your tribe. For the Hadzabe, this isn't a concept, it's the very air they breathe. There are no isolated nuclear families struggling in their own bubbles. Every success, every challenge, every joyous moment is shared. Imagine a society where there's no boss, no CEO, no credit score dictating your worth. For the Hadzabe, there are no leaders in the conventional sense, no one person wielding power over another. Decisions are made communally, around the flickering warmth of a shared fire, where every voice holds equal weight. Chaaba isn't ordered to hunt, he hunts because it's his role, his contribution, his innate understanding of what keeps his people alive. This radical equality fosters a deep sense of respect and genuine connection. No one is richer than another because wealth isn't measured in possessions, but in the collective well-being of the group. This egalitarian structure extends to every aspect of their lives. Food, once brought back to camp, is distributed evenly. There's no hoarding, no competition for the biggest share. This isn't just an act of generosity, it's a built-in survival mechanism. They inherently understand that one's weakness impacts all, and one's strength benefits all. This communal sharing eliminates the profound anxieties that plague modern societies: the fear of poverty, the stress of job insecurity, the burden of debt. How could you be in debt when there's no currency, no property ownership, and your survival is guaranteed by the forest and your people? Their free time isn't spent escaping reality through digital worlds, but deeply engaging with it. Evenings are filled with storytelling, the hypnotic chants of traditional songs, and the shared warmth of human presence. Children are raised by the entire community, learning not from textbooks, but from observation, participation, and the wisdom of their elders. They master vital survival skills through play and imitation, their minds unburdened by academic pressure or standardized tests. Their education is holistic, practical, and intrinsically linked to their environment. This profound connection extends to their definition of time itself. The Hadzabe live in the eternal present. They don't accumulate for the future because they trust in the land's consistent provision and their own ability to find it. They don't dwell on past regrets because each day offers a fresh start. This mindset is a powerful antidote to the chronic stress of modern life, where we're constantly planning, saving, and worrying about what might happen tomorrow. While we feel chained to schedules, deadlines, and the relentless march of progress, the Hadzabe move with the rhythm of the sun and the seasons, unhurried, unburdened. While our society often exhausts itself in the relentless pursuit of more, the Hadzabe embody the wisdom of enough. Their contentment doesn't stem from having an abundance of material goods, but from the abundance of their relationships, their vibrant culture, and their deep, unwavering harmony with nature. It's a stark, almost confronting contrast, but this delicate balance they maintain is increasingly under threat. The world is closing in, and its influence is not always a force for good. What happens when the relentless march of modernity clashes with a way of life that has remained unchanged for millennia? The world outside the Hadzabe's forest home is vast, complex, and increasingly intrusive. While Chaaba and his people live in harmony with the ancient rhythms of nature, the relentless march of modernity casts an ever-growing shadow over their existence. They are a living relic, a testament to humanity's past, but that very uniqueness makes them vulnerable to the pressures of the present. The first, and perhaps most insidious threat, is the shrinking forest. As populations grow and the need for agricultural land expands, the wild spaces that have sustained the Hadzabe for millennia are being chipped away, acre by precious acre. Farmers seek more land for crops, cattle herders encroach on hunting grounds, and even safari companies sometimes disrupt their delicate balance. For Chaaba, every tree felled, every patch of bush cleared means a little less territory for the animals he hunts, a little less land for the wild roots and berries his family gathers. It's not just a physical loss, it's an existential threat to their very way of life, a direct challenge to their freedom to roam and provide. Then there's the subtle yet powerful erosion of culture. Outsiders with their seemingly endless array of goods and promises are drawing closer. Tourists, researchers, and even well-meaning aid workers sometimes bring with them not just curiosity, but also foreign ideas, diseases, and a dependency on things the Hadzabe never needed. A simple metal pot or a brightly colored piece of fabric might seem harmless, but they introduce desires that were once alien. Children especially are susceptible to the allure of the city, the promise of schools, modern clothes, and a life seemingly easier than the daily grind of hunting and gathering. We, who live in a world saturated with advertising, can understand the seductive power of these external influences, even when they come with hidden costs. Chaaba has seen these changes. He's seen how some young Hadzabe, lured by the promise of wage labor in nearby towns, have left the forest, only to find themselves adrift, disconnected, and often unhappy in a world they don't understand. They trade the freedom of the hunt for the chains of a paycheck, the warmth of community for the isolation of anonymity. These are battles not fought with bows and arrows, but with invisible forces, the pull of consumerism, the allure of perceived progress, the slow decay of tradition. Yet, amidst these profound challenges, the Hadzabe demonstrate an astonishing resilience. They are not passive victims. They adapt. They resist. Chaaba and his elders actively teach the younger generation the old ways, tirelessly passing down the intricate knowledge of the forest, the art of tracking, the wisdom of their ancestors. They cling to their language, their songs, their stories, the unbreakable threads that weave their identity. When their traditional hunting grounds are threatened, they speak out, using their voices to fight for their ancestral land, understanding that preserving their territory is preserving their very soul. Their strength lies in their unwavering commitment to their core values, shared resources, collective well-being, and a profound respect for nature. While the world outside debates GDP, climate change, and mental health crises, the Hadzabe offer a living example of a sustainable, community-driven existence. They are not defined by what they lack in material terms, but by the incredible richness of their connection to each other and to the earth. Chaaba, in his quiet determination, stands as a symbol of this enduring spirit. He may be one of the last few, but his existence is a potent reminder of what humanity truly values. But what is it exactly that he possesses that we have so desperately lost? And how can we, in our own lives, reclaim a piece of that ancient freedom?
So, after witnessing the raw, unadulterated existence of Chaaba and the Hadzabe, what is the profound lesson for us navigating the labyrinth of modern life? It's not about abandoning our homes, our careers, or our technology. It's not about romanticizing a life without the comforts we cherish. Instead, the ultimate payoff here is a powerful, almost unsettling invitation to reevaluate our definition of freedom and happiness. We are constantly sold the idea that freedom is the absence of restriction, the ability to buy what we want, go where we please, accumulate without limit. But look at Chaaba. He has no money, no possessions beyond what he can carry, no fixed address. Yet he embodies a freedom that many of us, despite our overflowing lives, can only dream of. His freedom isn't from things, but through them. It's the freedom of self-sufficiency, the profound liberation of knowing your survival depends not on a system, but on your skills, your community, and your connection to the earth. It's the freedom from the endless anxiety of debt, the tyranny of consumerism, and the relentless pressure to keep up with an ever-shifting definition of success. Consider the weight we carry, the crushing pressure to perform, the fear of financial instability, the constant striving for external validation from social media likes or career milestones. These are the invisible chains that bind many in our seemingly free world. Chaaba carries only his bow and the day's hunt. He carries the weight of responsibility for his family, yes, but it's a tangible, meaningful weight, not an abstract, soul-crushing one. His days are filled with purpose, his nights with genuine connection. He doesn't chase happiness, he lives it, minute by precious minute, because his needs are simple and his relationships are profound. The Hadzabe remind us that our ancestors thrived for millennia without the comforts we deem essential. They found joy in the shared laughter around a fire, the taste of freshly harvested honey, the warmth of human connection, and the sheer independence of their existence. Their poverty in material terms is, in many ways, their spiritual abundance. They are rich in time, rich in community, rich in their direct relationship with the natural world. So, how can we bridge this gap? We may not be able to live like Chaaba, but we can certainly learn from his wisdom. We can choose to be more present in our lives, to disconnect from the digital noise and reconnect with the people around us. We can question our consumption habits, asking ourselves if each new purchase truly adds value, or if it simply adds another layer of complexity. We can seek out moments of quiet, of nature, of genuine human interaction that nourish our souls, rather than just filling our schedules. Chaaba is more than just a man. He is a living mirror, reflecting back to us the essence of what it means to be truly alive, truly connected, truly free. He reminds us that perhaps, in our relentless pursuit of living like machines, we have forgotten how to simply be human. If Chaaba's story resonated with you, if it sparked a desire to find more meaning and freedom in your own life, we invite you to share your thoughts. What does true freedom mean to you? How do you seek simplicity and connection amidst the pressures of your daily life? Share your reflections in the comments below. And if this journey into the heart of human resilience and happiness has inspired you, please consider subscribing. We'll continue to explore stories that challenge our perceptions and offer paths to a more fulfilling life. Until then, may you find your own moments of quiet abundance and the profound freedom that comes from simply being.